Greetings YouTube! This is PushDustIn from Source Gaming, and I'm here with the first part of my Melee data mining mini-series. So I hope that everyone smashes that subscribe button because you won't want to miss future updates as we go deeper and deeper into Melee's data. Helping me on this journey is M, a co-admin from the Cut and Rim Floor, and Soma, a translator from Source Gaming. I'd like to also give a very special thanks to Durgan. Without his knowledge and skills, these videos just wouldn't have been possible. So, this is the first part. I will be providing a lot of background information. It will be a little bit technical at times, but I want to explain the process that I used in order to find this information that will be presented in the future updates. So, please go ahead and stick with me. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and begin the Great Sukapon search. If you don't know who or what a Sukapon is, then don't worry. A neglected Nintendo character, Sukapon has only been in one game, and that's being Joy Mecha Fight for the original Famicom. Joy Mecha Fight was a 2D fighter with a bunch of original characters. Sukapon was the main character of the game's story mode, even though other robots could be selected after defeating them. Many years later, Sukapon was featured as a sticker in Brawl. Despite the lack of appearances, Sukapon was actually a highly requested character in the first ever Smash ballot. They were actually ranked number 1 as the character fans wanted to see if there was a Smash 2 from the Famicom era. Recently it has been shown that Sukapon would make it into Smash Ultimate as an assist trophy. But this was not the first planned appearance for the comedian robot in Smash. After completing my data mining adventures in Smash for 3DS and Wii U, I really wanted to do a deep dive into Melee. See, Melee was my first real Smash game. While I played the 64 version when it first came out, I had only rented it from Blockbuster. When the GameCube was released, I immediately purchased Melee and became hooked. My friends and I played Melee for hours every week. Because of that very special meaning to me, I became very invested in learning about its unused and cut data. While researching the definitive unused fighter list, I came across an interesting tidbit of information. Sukapon was actually going to be a Melee. They would have been an item, and fighters would have been able to use Sukapon to fight their enemies. Sakurai didn't provide that much additional information, but apparently the bonus data was accidentally posted on the Melee dojo at one point. Unfortunately, since the dojo doesn't allow for indexing, a screenshot of the text does not seem to exist. I tried searching the data for Melee a couple times but was unable to find anything conclusive. I also ran into a roadblock. I simply did not have the technical expertise to search full data. I asked around for help, but because of the nature of data, it was too cumbersome to extract it. A while back ago, M posted about his discoveries in WarioWare Smooth Moves on the Wii, and I became very motivated to try searching again. With the help of M and Durgan, I was able to get on the right track and begin my deep dive into Melee's secrets. The first goal was to extract the images and text from the ROM. Creating a ROM was quite easy thanks to the Wii's, well, lack of security. Of course, I used the original release of Melee from Japan, as I felt that would be the most likely to have unaltered data. From there, I was able to use readily available tools such as the Melee Toolbox to extract the graphics, sounds, and text. Once I did that, I was able to look through the images and text and see what was used and what wasn't. More on those efforts in the third part. With my experience of data mining Smash for 3DS and Wii U, I knew a lot of information could be obtained through text. Leftover strings generally don't take up that much space, and therefore are less likely to be removed by the developers. However, since Melee is an older game, it lacks the intuitive structure of games like Brawl or Smash for Wii U. That meant that digging through the script would require a lot more effort. What's more is that the script is not easily readable. Essentially, the text needed to be converted from hex into readable characters. I was able to find a rough guide on Smashboards for the English characters, as people have already been altering Melee's menu. But a conversion for Japanese characters did not exist, so I had to create one. Simple, right?
Nope.
You see, Japanese actually consists of multiple alphabets: hiragana, katakana, romaji, and kanji. Mapping out all 4 of these alphabets would be essential if I wanted to start my search. I eventually figured out where the hiragana alphabet started by cross-checking what was already available. Then I began to alter the hex on certain screens in order to ensure what I thought the hex value would be in relation to the character was actually correct. Finding the name entry within the game's code was a godsend, as it drastically improved my efficiency. Eventually, I mapped out the whole hiragana alphabet. Katakana was much easier as it followed the same pattern as hiragana. Kanji, on the other hand, that's where things get tricky. Essentially, I had to manually try each value and record the results. My chart is not complete, but I was able to complete enough for me to feel satisfied with my search. While I was creating the legend, I made several documents with just the plain hex data in it. Once I confirmed the value of a certain character, I would make sure to replace those values with the actual character. Eventually, I got to a point where I could effectively guess what a character would be through the context and by viewing the game in real time. Once I translated the text from hex to Japanese, I was able to map out areas of the text with relation to the game. Basically, like this section was for menu, and this section was for unlockable trophies, this section was for the trophy text, etc., etc. Using the information I previously reported on, I knew to search the bonus and item text. Unfortunately, nothing exists. That means that Sukapon was likely a very early cut. Nothing exists within the debug menu either. Also, graphics and sound don't seem to exist either. It's a shame, but without additional information from Sakurai, we may never know or see what the possible precursor to assist trophies would have looked like. After I finished my initial search, I wanted to find a more reliable way to convert the textures to text. I decided to contact Durgan about his program, DAT Texture Wizard. Initially, DAT Texture Wizard wasn't pulling up the Japanese language textures from the game files. Based on the hex numbering, we deduced that they were actually stored in a different file. After a couple of back and forths, Durgan was able to incorporate the changes into his program to fully extract all of the hiragana, katakana, and kanji from the game's own files and create an automatic conversion script. Put simply, Durgan has been a huge help answering any and all of my questions. But all this searching for Sukapon was not in vain. In the next video, I will discuss new information about Melee's cut stages that I was able to find. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see more. This video is only possible due to the generosity of our patrons. If you are interested in helping us make more content, please go ahead and check out the description for the link. A very special thanks to our super patron, Duke of Dorks, who will be helping out with the second and third part of this series. So please go ahead and check out his channel as well. Make sure you check out all of our social media pages. This is PushDustIn reminding you to always return to the source. I'll see you soon.